Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Thursday, February 5th, 2026. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the senior minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, my husband, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2026, we are celebrating the 41st anniversary of Hotspots magazine, with Queer News Tonight sharing over 11,000 stories and 11 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies. We are proud to announce that Hotspots Happening Out is a beneficiary of the Florida AIDS Walk. Funds raised will be matched dollar for dollar in support of Hotspots Happening Out HIV policy reform and educational programs, including the MSM conference. We invite you to join Team Sunshine Cathedral in this initiative. Join us on March 21st to walk in support of the HIV community and along the Sunshine Cathedral team. This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective. Queer Church features a show that challenges racism. Pearly is a 1970 Broadway musical with a book by Ossie Davis, Philip Rose, and Peter Udall. Music by Gary Gill and lyrics by Peter Udall, based on Ossie Davis's play, Pearly Victorious. It is a comedic and energetic show about charismatic preacher Pearly Victorious Judson, who returns to his small Georgia town to save the local church and free the sharecroppers on a plantation using a scheme involving an inheritance and a young woman named Ludabelle. The show was a major success, winning Tony Awards for its star Cleavon Little and Maybelle Moore, and has had revivals and adaptations, including a 1981 Showtime special. Little also won a Drama Desk Award for his performance. The plot is that Pearly schemes to get money from the oppressive plantation owner, old Captain Kachipi, to buy the Big Bethel Church and help the field hands, all while falling in love with Ludabelle, whom he brings to impersonate a long-lost cousin. The original play, Pearly Victorious, written by Davis, premiered on Broadway starring Davis and his wife, Ruby Dee. The play was adapted into the film Gone Are the Days. Pearly, the musical, ran on Broadway from 70 to 71 with a short revival in 72. The original play was revived in 2023 through 2024 and received multiple Tony nominations. Ossie Davis originally conceived of the play as a serious drama, but decided it would reach more people and have more of an impact as a comedy. So he mixed in elements of minstrel shows, restructured for Black voices, folk stories, and Yiddish humor. He had a stage manager, a Yiddish theater production, and was familiar with the art form. As a play, a film, and a musical, Davis' concept managed to challenge racism and remains relevant even still. The Sunshine Cathedral is offering a narrated production of selections from the musical Pearly on February the 2nd. Tickets and information are available at sunshinecathedral.org/arts. I'm looking forward to this because it is actually it's being done by our own people. Mm-hmm. Someone thought that we was bringing in a troupe to do this musical for the Sunshine Cathedral Center for Performing Arts, but no, it's under the direction of our organist Barbara Chitura and also our pianist, Dr. Jihan Parks. And so this is going to be fun. We have our own people who are starting this, singing, and it's going to be narrated by someone that you know and love quite well, who happens to be my husband, Bishop Darrell Watkins, who is narrating this. But it really does, when we talked about doing something last year in February for Black History Month, this was the first thing that someone came up with as an option to do. Previous years, we've done a reading from the letter from Birmingham Jail, and this year we're doing this. And so I think it really does highlight some of the things that people recall. They can also still be relevant to today, but it's just it's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be eye-opening. I remember when I watched it about 3 weeks ago on television. I watched 3 different versions of it, back to back to back, and I loved how all of it is laid out and the challenge and the humor in it as well. And some of the people who were starting at the time I didn't even know was a part of that, which made it even better.
Ossie Davis was genius the way he handled this. When he was writing it, he was stage managing a Yiddish. It wasn't a Yiddish production of this show, but it was a Yiddish theater in New York. And so he was sort of submerged in Yiddish humor at the time. So he's using these old minstrel show sort of themes, but minstrel shows were white people in blackface. And he's actually doing the sort of the gags, but in black voices, living authentic lives. And then, so he's got all of these elements in it all together. And then, of course, folk tales. So he has merged these different cultures, reclaiming some, redeeming some, blending them all together. I just think that, especially he was very young at the time, that was just a super genius way of weaving together this tale. And then he was actually in the movie. So the movie version, he's Pearlie. So he even acted in one of these versions. And then, of course, on Broadway, he and his wife did it together. So it's just, so just artistically, it is amazing. And then because it's post-Confederate, but in a part of the world that didn't realize it was post-Confederate, Jim Crow. And so a lot of racist attitudes and white fragility and white entitlement is challenged in a humorous sort of way. And that is super on target for right now, where racism has not only sort of come out of the closet. I won't say it's had a revival. It's just come out of the closet. But it's also celebrated in halls of power and influence, and is becoming the official language of governance and policy. And it's very, very disturbing. And so this play, or these musical selections with narration, very, very timely. And just what was being challenged decades ago, it needs to be challenged still. And this is one way to do it. Tickets are at sunshinecathedral.org/arts. And they're affordable, and but to support the church and to support what's right, come see the show.
I had not heard of Pearlie Victorious, but I knew Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee and the others that were listed. And so I thought, you know what, I need to do my homework. And so I went home, turned on YouTube, and found the play. And found several of the songs, and I watched a lot of the songs and started watching the play, but the full play is a couple of hours long. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to sit down when I have a couple of hours to sit and watch this. Well, I only have a couple days left, so if I watch it before we do our program here. But what I saw was just phenomenal. And like you, I enjoyed picking out the people that I recognized that were in that play. And it's like, oh, was that Sherman Hemsley in there? And it was like, okay. And Melba Moore and even Cleavon Little. I thought, oh, I recognize him. So it's fun. If you're not familiar with it, check it out. There's a lot of really cool stuff on YouTube.
I remember when it came out, and it started getting all of those awards. I was like, wow, these are black folk that are getting major Broadway awards. So this must be a special show. And it indeed is.
I think there's 2 white characters in the whole cast.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. And in 1970. 1970. And I just want to say, whoever's directing it, I'm ready for my close-up.
Barbara Ray-Cheritar, it's her idea. And she's producing and directing it. And of course, the other amazing musician behind this is Dr. Ji Hung Park. And so, which if you're around here, you know, these are our own superstars. But if you don't know, come find out, and you'll find out why they are local superstars. It's going to be really, really good. Local talent, a lot from the music ministry, but also from the community. Some people you see in nightclubs and cabarets that are already your
cool, very good.
It's going to be
It's going to be fun.
I watched her one day last week. She had the tables in the
Barbara,
fellowship.
Barbara
had everything laid out, and she's putting it together, and she's like, she looked overwhelmed, and then she looked and she said, I got this.
With Barbara, yeah.
Yeah,
And,
she got that.
and given her background in music history and stuff,
Yeah.
she's the right one to do this.
Oh yeah,
So.
yeah.
She, as a teenager, she was in the Joffrey Ballet, the teen version, and then because of back stuff, she went from dance to music. But she went to the High School of Performing Arts in Manhattan, the Fame School,
Julia.
before she got her bachelor's and master's degrees. And so anyway, she's the one, and and her master's degree is in ethnomusicology. So she loves presenting musical events from various cultures, and
Yeah.
so she's the best.
Come see it.
Yeah, come say it.
Prove me wrong. See for yourself. And that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I want to invite you to check our performing arts series on Saturday, February the 7th at 8 p.m. You'll want to catch selections from the musical Pearly.
And on February 13th, we'll be featuring Jay Rodriguez live. An OG Queer Eye for the Straight Guy star, cabaret performer, and musical theater actor will be right here in Fort Lauderdale at 8 p.m. Saturday, February 13th.
Finally, on February 28th, Adrian McGrady will be performing a range of musical styles, from jazz to electronic, on 5 different kinds of flute.
And remember, all of those can be found at sunshinecathedral.org/arts for your tickets. And you can also get an add-on for the Cathedral Pub. The Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts offers the Cathedral Pub experience. The Cathedral Pub offers performance attendees an inviting space to gather and connect with friends prior to the show, or a place to be while waiting for the doors to open. Guests enjoy live music, beverages, and appetizers in a comfortable meet and greet environment while they await the start of their performance. On show nights, the Cathedral Pub opens an hour before each performance and closes 15 minutes before the show starts. Entry to the Cathedral Pub requires a separate purchase from your seat ticket, and the link can be found on the seat selection page. Be sure to purchase before checking out. There's a limited number of people who can get pub passes, so don't delay.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about. Please like and share this and other episodes of the Queer God Squad.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we're all in this together. Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.